Pelajaran nomor 92. Saudara pendengar, hari ini kita akan berlatih lebih lanjut tentang kalimat pasif dalam bahasa Inggris. Tetapi sebelumnya, mari kita meninjau kembali apa yang sudah kita pelajari.
The car can be fixed. It has to be repaired. Wheat is grown in Australia. A lot of meat is eaten in Australia. A lot of cars were sold last year. Films are shown here. Steel is used for making cars. Those cars are being painted now.
Dalam membentuk kata kerja pasif seperti tadi, kita tidak boleh lupa memakai suatu bentuk kata kerja be yang diikuti oleh bentuk past participle dari kata kerja yang dipakai. Misalnya,
a lot of cars are sold in Australia.
A adalah bentuk kata kerja be yang dipakai dalam kalimat tadi.
Are sold.
Bentuk jamak dipakai dengan kata benda jamak.
A lot of cars.
Dan bentuk simple present digunakan karena apa yang disebutkan merupakan sesuatu yang terjadi secara teratur seperti kebiasaan. Untuk waktu lampau,
were. A lot of cars were sold. A lot of cars were sold.
Dan untuk waktu yang akan datang,
a lot of cars will be sold. A lot of cars will be sold.
Kata kerja seperti can juga dapat digunakan.
A lot of cars can be made in this factory. A lot of checks must be made.
Artinya, harus diadakan banyak pengecekan.
A lot of checks must be made. My car has to be repaired.
The brakes should be checked regularly.
Remnya harus dicek secara teratur. Saudara mungkin masih ingat bahwa dalam salah satu pelajaran yang lalu, ayah Chris mengalami kecelakaan mobil karena remnya tidak jalan. Berikut ini, Chris sedang berbicara tentang hal tersebut kepada Iwan.
How often should the brakes be checked?
Well, they ought to be checked regularly. They needn't be checked every week, but they should be checked once a month or before a long trip.
Jangan lupa kata needn't artinya tidak perlu. Dan dalam kalimat pasif, penggunaannya sama dengan kata-kata must, can, should, ought to, will, have to, may, might. Coba dengarkan beberapa contoh kalimat pasif yang memakai kata-kata ini.
Must. They must be checked. Can. They can be moved now. Should. They should be checked regularly. Needn't. They needn't be checked every week. Will. They'll be fixed tomorrow.
Sekarang, coba saudara ulangi sesudah Chris. Siap?
They must be checked. They can be moved now. They should be checked regularly. They needn't be checked every week. They'll be fixed by tomorrow.
Sekarang, mari kita berlatih dengan bentuk-bentuk lain. Pertama-tama, the continuous tense dalam waktu lampau. Ketika Iwan dan Chris mengunjungi pabrik mobil dulu,
some cars were being sprayed.
Chris sedang bercerita tentang kunjungan ke pabrik mobil.
First, we saw where the containers are stored. Then, inside the factory, the cars were being built. Some cars were being sprayed. In another section, doors and windows were being installed. and the cars were all being moved from one stage to the next.
Artinya, mobil-mobil itu sedang dipindahkan dari satu bagian ke bagian berikutnya.
Yes, the cars were all being moved from one stage to the next.
Coba dengarkan contoh-contoh tentang apa yang sedang dilakukan pada waktu lampau.
Cars were being built. Some cars were being sprayed. Doors were being installed. Windows were being installed. Cars were being moved.
Sekarang, coba ucapkan sesudah Chris. Siap?
Cars were being built. Some cars were being painted. Doors were being installed. Windows were being installed. Cars were being moved. Then we saw some other cars. They were being checked.
Sekarang, coba dengarkan beberapa contoh lagi. Kali ini dalam bentuk past perfect yang menggambarkan suatu hal yang sudah selesai. Chris melihat sebuah mobil yang sudah hampir selesai.
The windows had been installed. The engines had been installed. The doors had been installed. The lights had been installed.
Dan berikut ini bentuk negatifnya dengan memakai kata not.
But they hadn't been finished.
Perhatikan bentuk kata kerjanya.
They had not been finished. They hadn't been finished.
Why not, Chris?
They were being tested. The brakes were being checked. And the engines were being checked.
Sekarang, coba ulangi sesudah Chris. Siap?
The engines had been installed. The windows had been installed. The lights had been installed. But the cars hadn't been finished. The engines hadn't been checked. The brakes hadn't been checked.
Saudara pendengar, bentuk pasif dalam bahasa Inggris dipakai untuk memberikan tekanan pada salah satu bagian kalimatnya, yaitu apa yang dilakukan. Jadi,
a lot of sport is played in Australia. It's very popular. For example, the game of cricket. It's played in summer in Australia.
Contoh tadi menerangkan apa yang dimainkan, bukan siapa yang bermain. Tetapi kadang-kadang perlu juga menambahkan dan menyatakan siapa yang melakukan hal yang dimaksudkan, yaitu pelakunya.
Cricket's played by men. It's rarely played by women. It's usually played by men. At school, it's played by boys.
Dalam contoh-contoh tadi, kata by artinya oleh, dan digunakan di muka pelakunya untuk memberikan keterangan lebih lanjut tentang apa yang dilakukan. Pusat perhatian dialihkan pada olahraganya.
Cricket is usually played by men. Cricket's usually played by men. At school, it's played by boys.
Berikut sebuah contoh lagi.
Tennis is played all over Australia. It's very popular. It's played by men and women and boys and girls. It's played by lots of people.
In Indonesia, badminton is popular. It's played by lots of people.
What about golf?
Golf isn't played by a lot of people in Indonesia. It's usually played by wealthy people.
Sekarang, coba ulangi kalimat-kalimat berikut. Ada yang menyebutkan pelakunya, ada yang tidak. Siap?
Cricket's played in summer. Cricket's played by men. It's rarely played by women. Cricket's played at school, too. It's played by boys.
Badminton's very popular in Indonesia. It's played by lots of people.
Sekarang coba dengarkan beberapa contoh lain.
The east coast of Australia was explored by Captain Cook.
Artinya, pantai timur Australia dijelajahi oleh Kapten Cook.
It was explored by Captain Cook. The north coast and the west coast were explored by Dutch and Portuguese sailors.
Artinya, pantai utara dan barat dijelajahi oleh pelaut-pelaut Belanda dan Portugis.
They were explored by Dutch and Portuguese sailors before Captain Cook.
Where did you find that information, Iwan?
In this book. It's about Australian history.
Oh, yes.
It's very interesting. It was written by a sailor.
A sailor?
Yes. He describes some of the trips that were made by early visitors to Australia. He went to some of the places that were visited by Captain Cook.
Really?
Yes. And he went to Jakarta too, because it was visited by Captain Cook.
What's his name?
Cook.
No. The person who wrote the book.
Cook. It was written by a sailor called Cook. John Cook.
I don't believe you.
Here, look. It was written by John Cook.
Wow. Isn't that strange?
Jadi, Iwan sedang membaca tentang pendatang-pendatang ke Australia zaman dulu, termasuk Kapten Cook, dalam suatu buku yang ditulis oleh seorang pelaut yang bernama John Cook. Sekarang coba dengarkan contoh-contoh kalimat pasif yang memakai kata by.
The east coast of Australia was explored by Captain Cook.
The north coast was explored by Dutch sailors.
It was explored by Portuguese sailors too.
The book was written by a sailor.
He described some trips which were made by Captain Cook.
It was written by John Cook.
The west coast was visited by Dutch sailors.
Indonesia was visited by Captain Cook.
The book was written by John Cook.
Sekarang, coba ucapkan bagian demi bagian sesudah Iwan. Siap?
The east coast was explored by Captain Cook. The east coast was explored by Captain Cook. It was explored by Captain Cook.
Dan ulangilah beberapa contoh lagi sesudah Iwan. Siap, saudara-saudara?
The west coast was explored by Dutch sailors. It was explored by Portuguese sailors too. The book was written by a sailor. It was written by John Cook.
Baiklah. Sekarang, Chris akan meminta Iwan mencari sesuatu.
Well, Iwan, would you like to explore something?
What do you mean?
Well, I want to look for an old desk. Mum put it in the attic a long time ago.
Ibu Chris telah menaruh meja tulis di loteng, yang dalam bahasa Inggris disebut the attic.
She put it in the attic a long time ago. I think it was my grandmother's desk.
Saudara pendengar, mari kita kembali pada bentuk-bentuk pasif. Sementara Chris dan Iwan pergi ke loteng, apakah saudara masih ingat bagaimana kita menyatakan suatu kesimpulan di masa lalu dengan memakai kata must? Misalnya,
My parents aren't in the house. They must have gone out. I can't find my key. I must have lost it. They didn't go by car. They must have gone by bus.
Nah, sekarang kita akan berlatih lagi menyatakan kesimpulan, tetapi kali ini memakai bentuk pasif. Loteng itu penuh debu.
It's dusty up here, Iwan.
Yes. Can you see the desk?
Yes. Here it is. Oh, look at all the dust on it.
I've got dust in my nose.
Hidung Iwan kemasukan debu.
The desk must have been put here a long time ago. Let's look in this drawer.
Look, an old book. Oh, it's been used. There's writing in it. Look.
Iwan telah menemukan sebuah buku harian lama.
It must be a diary. It must have been written a long time ago. I can't see any dates. Who wrote it, I wonder? It must have been left in the desk and forgotten.
Coba dengarkan lagi contoh kalimat pasif yang menyatakan suatu kesimpulan tentang masa lalu.
It must have been put here a long time ago. It must have been put here a long time ago.
Coba ucapkan bagian demi bagian sesudah Chris.
It must have been put here. It must have been put here a long time ago. It must have been put here a long time ago.
Dengarkan sebuah contoh lagi.
It must have been written a long time ago.
Sekarang, coba ucapkan sesudah Chris.
It must have been written a long time ago. It must have been written a long time ago.
Sekarang coba ucapkan beberapa contoh lagi sesudah Chris.
It must have been left here. It must have been forgotten.
Mari kita kembali pada Chris dan Iwan yang sedang membaca buku harian lama itu di loteng.
I wonder who wrote it.
Hang on. What's that name, Chris?
Let's see. D-A-I... Oh, Daisy! That's my grandmother's sister. It must have been written by my Aunt Daisy.
Is she still alive?
No, she was older than my grandmother. She died when I was a child.
What's this? It looks like a photograph.
Yes. Isn't it old? It must have been taken a long time ago.
Do you recognize the people in the photograph?
I'm not sure. It must have been taken before I was born.
Foto itu tentunya dibuat sebelum saya lahir.
Yes, it must have been taken before I was born.
Berikut ini beberapa contoh yang menggunakan kata may. Saudara masih ingat bahwa may dipakai kalau kita tidak merasa begitu pasti tentang apa yang terjadi di waktu yang lampau. Coba dengarkan.
It may have been taken at my grandfather's house.
Artinya, barangkali potret itu dibuat di rumah kakek saya.
Or it may have been taken at her brother's house.
I wonder who took the photograph.
Siapa gerangan yang memotret?
It may have been taken by my grandfather. Or it may have been taken by my grandmother. Yes, my grandmother liked taking photographs.
Coba dengarkan lagi beberapa di antara contoh-contoh tadi.
It may have been taken by my grandfather. It may have been taken at my grandfather's house. It may have been taken by my grandmother.
Sekarang, ulangilah sesudah Chris.
It may have been taken by my grandfather. It may have been taken by my grandfather. It may have been taken at my grandfather's house.
Saudara pendengar, berikut ini sebuah ungkapan lagi. Untuk menyatakan suatu kesimpulan negatif, kita memakai kata can't diikuti oleh have dan bentuk past participle kata kerja yang kita perlukan. Masih ingatkah?
I asked Chris to clean the car yesterday, but it's still dirty. He can't have cleaned it. I asked him to fix the fence, but it's still broken. He can't have fixed it.
Sekarang, coba dengarkan bentuk pasif dari kalimat seperti tadi.
The desk can't have been used for a long time. It can't have been used for a long time. The drawers can't have been opened for a long time. They can't have been opened for a long time.
Sekarang, ulangilah sesudah Iwan.
It can't have been used. It can't have been used for a long time. They can't have been opened for a long time.
Yes. Iwan, be careful. This drawer's cracked.
Ya, laci itu retak. Dan Chris dan Iwan telah menemukan buku harian dan beberapa potret yang mungkin sudah berumur 80 tahun. Sekarang, mari kita meninjau bentuk past participle. Kita telah memakainya dalam kalimat-kalimat pasif seperti misalnya,
Cars are painted. Brakes are checked. Cars are finished. Painted, checked, finished.
coba dengarkan bentuk past participle dalam contoh-contoh berikut.
Cars are finished by the factory workers.
Artinya, mobil-mobil itu dirampungkan oleh pekerja pabrik. Pekerjaan itu merupakan kegiatan tetap, karena itu bentuk simple present tense yang digunakan.
Cars are finished every day.
Sekarang, saya hendak menerangkan satu lagi pokok tata bahasa. Banyak kata kerja yang bentuk past participle-nya sering dipakai di belakang kata be, tidak hanya dalam kalimat pasif, tetapi juga sebagai kata sifat yang melukiskan suatu keadaan. Misalnya kalimat yang berarti, kalau mobil-mobil itu telah dirampungkan kemarin, maka sekarang mobil-mobil itu sudah selesai.
The cars were finished yesterday. Therefore, the cars are finished now.
Dalam kalimat yang terakhir, kata finished adalah kata sifat, karena melukiskan keadaan mobil-mobil itu sekarang.
The cars are finished.
Mobil-mobil itu sudah selesai. Sekarang, Chris dan Iwan memperlihatkan kepada Margaret buku harian dan potret yang telah ditemukannya. Margaret bercerita tentang Bibi Daisy kepada mereka.
Aunt Daisy didn't marry, did she?
No, she was engaged once to an American.
Artinya, dia pernah bertunangan dengan seorang Amerika.
She was engaged?
Yes. It was said that the man was very wealthy.
Coba dengarkan lagi ungkapan yang berarti katanya atau kata orang.
It was said that he was very wealthy.
Itulah tadi pemakaian lain dari bentuk pasif. Ungkapan ini seringkali dipakai kalau kita menyampaikan kembali apa yang diucapkan atau yang difikirkan oleh seseorang dan lebih banyak digunakan dalam bahasa Inggris tertulis daripada lisan. Coba dengarkan.
It was said that he was very handsome. And it was said that he was very wealthy. But he gambled and lost all his money.
Dia berjudi dan semua uangnya habis.
Yes, he lost all his money and then he went back to America.
Poor Aunt Daisy. Did she see him again?
No. It was also said that he had a wife in America.
Really? And was it true? Did he have a wife in America?
I don't know. It happened when I was a young girl, but that's what was said.
Berikut ini beberapa ungkapan lagi yang serupa.
It's said that boys are lazier than girls. It's said that love makes the world go round.
Artinya, kata orang, cinta membuat dunia berputar.
Yes, it's said that love makes the world go round.
Apakah ucapan tadi benar, saudara-saudara? Margaret akan membaca buku harian milik bibinya yang bernama Daisy yang telah ditemukan oleh Chris dan Iwan.
This must have been written when Daisy was quite young. A bit older than Helen. Let's see how the book's been divided. I see. One day on each page. It's beautifully written. Now, what does she say? Let's see.
Coba dengarkan suara bibi Daisy yang berbicara tentang tunangannya Albert.
No letters today. I haven't received a letter for 3 months. Albert's letters may have been lost, or they may have been sent to the wrong address. Is he still alive? Perhaps he's been killed. Has he found a job? Perhaps I'll get a letter tomorrow.
He must have been called Albert. Poor Aunt Daisy. Albert's letters weren't lost, were they? He didn't write any letters. She must have been very disappointed.
It's a very sad story. Her heart must have been broken.
Here's another interesting passage.
Still no letters. Where is Albert now? There was a story in today's newspaper. An American ship was wrecked on the north coast of Australia. It said that all the people were drowned. Was he on the ship? Albert promised to return for my birthday. I'll be 22 next week. Was he on the wrecked ship? Was he drowned? Will I see Albert again?
Bibi Daisy rupanya telah membaca tentang sebuah kapal Amerika yang karam dan semua penumpangnya tenggelam. Apakah Albert salah satu dari mereka? Margaret melihat kembali pada halaman yang ada tanda bekas air mata itu.
Poor Daisy. Look, the page is stained. She must have been crying.
Do you think Albert was drowned?
No. I think he stayed in America. It was said that he married a wealthy woman and had a large family. I think Aunt Daisy was deceived.
Bibi Daisy yang malang itu barangkali telah tertipu. Saudara pendengar, sekarang sudah saatnya kami minta diri. Jangan lupa membaca bagian yang berjudul After the Broadcast dari pelajaran tadi, dan pelajari juga bagian yang berjudul Before the Broadcast dari pelajaran nomor 93. Dan sekarang, goodbye listeners.